Hey guys, I want to make an update video on the current issues with the Border Patrol and knife regulation and all that. First off, I just want to mention that some people are talking about how this is just a scare and this is not going to happen, that these bills will not pass, that the definition of a switchblade will not be changed. There's a possibility of that, and some people are saying that this is being blown out of proportion, that they're not going to do anything. From what I've heard, from my personal contacts and the people I talk to, there's a good chance that nothing will change as far as regulation. However, that does not mean it can't happen. Okay, and to have an attitude that don't worry about it, nothing's going to happen, that's how we start losing our rights. Okay, by people kind of not worrying about it. You know what I mean? So it's better to overreact here. Okay, and really, contact your government officials and really let them know how you feel, rather than sit back and just kind of hope nothing happens. Like I said, I mean, you've got to have your voice heard. When we live in a democracy, they got to know what you feel. If they don't know that you don't want this to happen, they're not going to stop it. It's really that simple. So basically, what I want to say is it's not really good to have kind of a laxed view on this. I mean, like I said, some people are just kind of, oh, you guys are worrying too much. It's not going to happen. There's a chance it won't. I want to say there's a good chance it won't. Mostly because there'd be too many people out of work. If you really think about it, there's thousands and thousands of jobs that revolve around knives, knife making, people who manufacture knives, people who sell knives, people who, the import-export with knives. So there's a lot of jobs that actually revolve around this, and if this actually passed, we lose a whole bunch of jobs here in America, and that certainly is not going to help our economy. So I can't imagine why a lot of different officials would go with this for that aspect alone. But anyway, my whole point of this video really is to say that even if this specific proposed bill or bills does not pass through, you guys have to be aware of what's going on in our society. And of course I'm talking about the U.S. Viewers. You have to be aware of this stuff. I mean, this stuff has happened before. It will continue to happen. But you have to be aware of it. You have to get your voice out there. You have to be heard. So that your officials who represent you, whether it's your state or whatever, they know how you feel about it. Okay, and if there's enough commotion about it, they're not going to let these bills pass. As I mentioned in my other video, I hope you guys started your letters, if not already mailed them out. I have my letter right here, all printed up in my own words, completely in my own words. I do feel strongly about this. A bunch of the big names here on YouTube revolving around knives. Of course, Nut and Fancy. He just put out a couple of good videos on this subject. They all have actual pre-written letters if you don't want to go through the process of writing your own letter. Very simple. Go into the description box on Nut and Fancy's video, or the other people who've participated in this, and just copy and paste and fill in your own, your own name and your own representatives. It really can't be much easier than that. It's going to cost you the price of a stamp. I mean, it's good to be heard, really. This one happens, I live in Pennsylvania. I think I mentioned that a million times, but if you're new to my channel and my videos, now you know. My representative is Senator Arlen Specter. So that's who this letter is going to be sent to. Arlen Specter is my, like I said, my senator for Pennsylvania. He has a bunch of different offices throughout Pennsylvania, but I'm sending this directly to his main office in Washington, D.C. And hopefully I'll have an update video down the road if they get back to me. I'm also sending multiple letters out to other representatives. I'm also sending a general letter to Washington, D.C., to who it may concern. And different forms of the letter, too. I mean, it's good to have, like I said, it's good to have a pre-written kind of blueprint of a letter to send, but if they get a bunch, I mean, this is just my assumption, but if they get a bunch of the same exact letter, it doesn't impact as much as if they have actual different personal opinions and personally written letters. But, if you don't want to go through the process of doing that, that's fine. Just print the pre-written one and send it in. But I do, again, want to encourage everyone to participate in this. I had a bunch of questions, a couple emails from my foreign viewers saying, Of course, our knife problems here are a lot worse than yours, but I feel for you, and I hope you don't have the same problems we do with all the banning and restrictions on knives. And I had a couple people ask me, well, how is this going to affect me? I live in such and such. I live in England, or I live in Spain. I'm in Africa. How's that going to affect me? Or will it affect me? And the answer is it will. This is the import-export business. Okay, if we cannot have knives made here in America and exported because they're illegal, well, all you Benchmade fans who live overseas, no Benchmades. Spyderco fans, no Spydercos. A lot of the custom knives made here in America, won't see them anymore. Folding knives anyway. It really does affect everyone because this is import-export. So just because you don't live in the United States does not mean you're not going to be affected. The amount of blades and the different variety of knives will dwindle quite a bit. You will have a very, very hard time. I know there's already a hard time finding different blades overseas, but imagine a very, very small percentage of that being available to you. So it will affect pretty much everyone on this planet who is remotely interested in folding knives. So again, I encourage you guys to to call your representatives. If you want to, I'll probably actually call them on the phone as well. I'll try to get to the offices and I'll have a personal conversation with my senators and my governor. It can't hurt. Why not? If I, of course, can get in touch with them, most likely I'll end up getting a secretary or something, but I'll leave a message for them. But anyway, my letter is going out tomorrow. A couple letters, anyway. But just want to make an update here again. Just kind of tell you guys. Again, there's a strong possibility nothing's going to happen because politically it's going to hurt too many people. But you always have to be aware of this. You have to constantly be aware of your surroundings. You have to know what your government is up to at all times. And I'm not just talking about knives here. Every aspect of your life. I mean, I know there's a lot of people out there who don't want to get political, and I know there's the younger generation is really I don't want to say a lot of you guys because I don't know you personally, but from my own experience, I think a lot of the younger generations don't really have a big interest in the government at all. They don't feel that things affect them personally, but trust me, it all does and it all will, especially once you start paying taxes. Anyway, I hope you guys can hear me fine and see me fine. The light is a little dark here, and actually you can hear probably all the hail. I have a storm right now, and there's some big, big hail coming down. So hopefully you heard me throughout this video. Anyway, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.